I don't know how often Muffy can like sit back and take a glimpse. The sacrifices she makes day in and day out, whether she's online or not, the personal exposure to her personal life, her family, her friendships, her motherhood. There's no way that over 10 years you're in a group and you don't have to juggle all of that and all these women. She's a nurturer in so many ways. And sometimes I don't know how much she sits back and takes it in. I feel like she needs to get a rocking chair and sit on a porch somewhere near the water and like replay.
We've been able to sit and brainstorm. She's a dreamer, and so am I. We see things in color. We don't necessarily see black and white. Or if we see black and white, we more focus on merging them together and making them gray. And then turning them into color and making it something else. And that's something that you might not always get. So we met, like I said, a little over a decade ago. And at that point in your life, you're a mom, you have all these kids, you're running around, you're trying to figure out up from down. The world is not always just the safest space around you, but yet you always have to show up like this boss and I know what I'm doing, where Muffy and I could sit and talk and say, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I have a vision. I feel this passion. I have a calling, but I don't know what I'm doing. And I was able to just be real and say that to her, and she's able to talk back to me and say, I don't know either, but I'm gonna do this video and I'm gonna host this monologue, and I say I'm gonna host this recital, and we're just gonna do it.
Leadership is hard, especially when you're in the public eye, especially when your life is kind of exposed to everybody else. And so the one thing that has always stuck out to me about Muffy is her values and her integrity. And that is something that she stood on, and that is something that has never wavered, in my opinion.
I would constantly reach out to her, and it wasn't anything formal. It could have been a text message, it could have been an email, it could have been like, hey Muffy, I'm struggling with this. And she would give me what I needed. There was no question, what you need, sis? All right, here you go. And it was just that simple. And for me, like I said, it sounds so simple, but when you're a black mother and you're really trying to just navigate certain things in life, that's what you need. Somebody who's going to give you what you need without question.
The Muffy we know today has not always been the Muffy that we know. Always a lovely, wonderful person, but she's from these streets, and she'll give it to you from the streets. And seeing her evolve like that, and I just remember one instance we were having. We were practicing for the Brown Mama monologues, and someone just couldn't get what they were doing, and you saw Muffy's face. All right, but 2 seconds flat, her heart came out. She walked with this woman. She took time to make sure this mother had not only the words correct, but the feeling, the emotion. Muffy really cares, and she has a heart for black women, black mothers, black children, and that's seen in her work. So of course she might be frustrated. Of course she might be ready just to, but when it's all said and done, when it comes to us, the Brown Mamas, she's for us and she's about us.
My dream for Brown Mamas is that one day there will be a Brown Mamas chapter in every single city in the United States.
Yes.